All right, let's dive right in. When you're talking about SAP Transportation Management, it really all boils down to two huge decisions. I mean, these are the big ones. If you get them right, you're on your way to a super smooth, efficient logistics machine. But if you get them wrong, you're honestly just setting yourself up for a world of chaos. So let's break down what they are.
So, what's the one thing that connects your orders, your customs process, and your actual customers? It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? But getting this right is the absolute core challenge of modern logistics. It's all about creating one single source of truth in a supply chain that's just getting more complex and global every day. The secret, as you're about to see, isn't just about having systems, it's all about how those systems talk to each other.
I want you to think about modern logistics like a giant high-stakes puzzle. Seriously, we're so far beyond just moving a box from point A to point B. The real game now is managing this constant flow of data, getting the timing perfect, and making sure every single player in that chain is communicating flawlessly.
Okay, let's make this real. Picture a company that ships really high-value, sensitive electronics all over the world. This isn't just dropping a package in the mail. No, this is a whole series of perfectly timed, interconnected events that absolutely have to go right.
And it all kicks off with that sales order. That one little piece of data is the spark that gets the whole logistics engine running. The system has to nail every single detail. What was sold, who bought it, and exactly where it's going.
The second that box is out the door, a clock starts ticking. And everyone, from your own teams to the customer waiting at home, they're all asking the exact same question. Where is it now? This need for total visibility means you have to have a system dedicated to tracking that shipment's journey every single step of the way. And, of course, because we're shipping across borders, you eventually hit the massive wall of customs compliance. And that is a whole world of its own, right? It's a maze of rules, documents, and data requirements where just one tiny mistake can bring the whole operation to a screeching halt. So, here it is, the million-dollar question. What happens when those three crucial systems, the orders, the tracking, and the customs, are all operating in their own little bubbles? What if they don't speak the same language or share data automatically?
Well, the result is pretty predictable, isn't it? It's chaos. Information gets lost, which leads to shipping delays. People have to enter data by hand, which leads to expensive errors. And the final, painful outcome, you get frustrated customers wondering why their stuff is always late.
And this brings us right to the first of those two massive decisions we talked about. To solve this whole logistics puzzle, your systems can't just exist side by side. They have to actually talk. This is the power and the absolute necessity of integration. You can think of integration as the central nervous system for your entire logistics operation. It's that invisible magic that lets your order system instantly tell your shipping system to get going, which then automatically updates your tracking and your customs systems. It transforms all these separate data points into one single, intelligent flow of information. But here's the thing. Just deciding to integrate is really only step one. As soon as you commit to building this connected system, you're hit with a second, equally important decision. How and where is this thing actually going to live and breathe? This is what we call the deployment decision. It's all about picking the basic architecture for your SAP system. And trust me, this is a choice that's going to have huge, long-lasting effects on how you manage, scale, and even innovate your technology down the road. And this slide really lays out the two main paths perfectly. On one side, you've got the classic or on-premise model. Here, you are the master of your own universe. You buy the servers, you install the software, you're in total control. Then, on the other side, you've got the cloud model. Here, you're basically subscribing to a service, and SAP handles all the heavy lifting, the infrastructure, for you.
And this is the moment it becomes crystal clear that this is not just some tech decision for the IT folks. This is a core business strategy decision. Your choice here is going to directly impact your total cost, how flexible your operations can be, and, maybe most importantly, how fast you can adapt to a market that's always changing.
So, let's be really clear about this. We are not talking about some minor technical detail here. These decisions about integration and deployment, they are foundational. They are strategic choices that are going to ripple through your business for years and years.
And if you're thinking, okay, this sounds like a conversation for the IT department, you'd be missing the whole point. These choices are the very blueprint for what your company is capable of doing. They literally define the boundaries of what you can and cannot achieve.
The source material we're looking at today puts it perfectly.
It calls this a decision that can shape your entire logistics strategy. It's the one choice that determines how agile, how efficient, and at the end of the day, how resilient your supply chain can possibly be.
So ultimately, the way you choose to connect and run your systems, well, that's not just a reflection of your business strategy, it is your strategy brought to life. It's the technological foundation that your future success is going to be built on.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one big question to think about. Take a really hard look at your logistics setup right now. Is it basically a monument built to solve yesterday's problems? Or is it a dynamic platform, truly built to grab hold of tomorrow's opportunities? Because the entire future of your supply chain really depends on that answer.